The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Watch the screen. Pass. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Now back to throw. And it's complete. Hooper. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, you guys didn't come out of the gate. I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Mike the 59. I got one. Switch, switch, switch. Hey, watch this, watch this.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. So with 4th down looming, Dan Quinn sends out his field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And his kick here is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. The run there on 1st down gets him a yard to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey, I'm coming.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Flush to his right. It's caught by Sanders. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Here we go. Lady. Lefty. 45 to the mark. Kill. 45 to the mark. Cut.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Undercross.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Steps away to his left. Complete to Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Watch out. Watch it.
On first down, Freeman. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Well, that second down run a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Well, that's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And no move by Dan Quinn to get the offense off the field. They're staying out there, and they're going for it on 4th. They'll look to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. He will have a first down here at about the 40. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll run on first down. It's Freeman, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. This complete to Jones. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers? It's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Check. Two jet. 81. Five. Solid.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing is Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. Wentz now on first down. Forced out to his left. He'll hit Jackson complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, Wood. Lion.
Again, it's Wentz. He finds Howard complete. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Throwing now is Wentz. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Carlson is good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go for verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
50 seconds. Mike.
They'll throw now on the final play. Buying time to his left. This one caught by Ridley. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Come on. 57. 57's Mike. I got him. Under 10. Under.
2nd and 11. Throw left side complete. That's Freeman. And he'll be out right at the 35. 11 yards there. First down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Jack. Hey. SOS. Check 24. Check 24.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And Graham's got it. Complete. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Ready? 59. Mike 59. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
On first down, Freeman. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Check 26. Check 26. Check.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. From From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Now, we've seen this a few times in this game. That offensive line is, I don't know if you want to call it out physical, out tough, whatever you want to use.
And what people do when that is happening, when they're getting dominated that way, they spread things out a little bit, make it more of a space game, and allow your skill position players to make a few plays out in open field. Take away the physical element, gives you a chance.
On second and 11 now. Wentz gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on third and inches.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
Wentz now on first down. It's brought in by Jeffrey. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They run with Howard. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 7 yards there and a first down. On first, they go right back to Howard. They'll spot it at the 49. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Too little. Mike 5-4.
Now Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. Mac Hollins, the intended target. Third down here. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll run on first down. It's Freeman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll only get a yard, maybe two, up to the 46. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
It's second and 8 at the 46-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting this slip away.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Get wide. Hatchet.
They'll set up a throw. And it's complete. Hooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Heck of a 4th and short conversion. They end up getting north of 20 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Check. Check 3. Let's go. 57. Mike, 57. 22, Jet, Bama. 22, Jet, Bama. 26.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Timmy Jernigan with a sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Let's get it. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
He'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And the return will stop right around the 25. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Not just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
second and 10.
Throwing on second down. Wentz flush to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Coming out to you. Check. 40's Mike. 40's the Mike. All you get is a headache.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Hey, exit. I'm going back to you. Mike 40. Check. He's coming.
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tack McKinley. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. A 20th carry now for Freeman. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They do tack on the extra point as well, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This is caught by Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. To throw, it's Wentz. They'll roll him out right. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. 3 down. 3 down. Kill.
Hey, empty. Hang in there.
To throw is Wentz. That's complete to Jeffrey. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here we go. 180. Hey, rip 5-2. Come here.
Mike 40.
Smooth.
Hey, watch the slant.
Wentz to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Hey. Mike spot 9.
82.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Now Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35.
First down, Philadelphia.
Hey, Orbit.
Check.
Back to throw. Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
Straight 15. Hey, Delta.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Wentz now to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
45 the mark. Hey, pick it up.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Falcons, it took a while, but they finally get that first win after 4 straight losses. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in